Hey y'all, what's up? Welcome back to another video. And in case y'all didn't know, just 3 days ago, the Milwaukee Bucks won their first NBA championship in like 50 years. And Giannis had statistically one of the greatest finals performances of all time and one of the greatest closeout games of all time. He had 50 points, 14 rebounds, and 5 blocks on 64% shooting from the field and 17 of 19 from the free throw line in the closeout game 6. And y'all, statistically, this was one of the greatest final performances of all time as a whole. He averaged 35, 13, and 5 with 1.8 blocks, 1.2 steals, shooting 61% from the field, y'all, in 6 games. But y'all, during the regular season and during the playoffs, and even after that phenomenal finals and winning the whole championship, y'all, people are still disrespecting the hell out of this guy, and I do not understand it. Y'all, as of today, which is July 23rd when I'm recording this, y'all, this is what Skip Bayless said this morning on Undisputed, just 3 days after Giannis won the damn championship.
I realize to the victor go the spoils, but yesterday I watched the parade and all the post parade, and I watched all that. It was on and on and on and on. Yeah, he's doing his free throw. I'm just getting a little sick and tired of Giannis. Oh, he is. I know he's a nice young man.
Giannis can't be a villain.
Yeah,
you can't turn him into a villain.
Well, he's gloating and gloating and gloating until I can't take it anymore. I've just seen enough of him gloating over. I did it. We did it the hard way. We're not a super team. Everybody said I couldn't, and I did.
Right.
And I get it. And you had your moment, and let's move on, okay?
Just 3 days after he won the championship, y'all, and I'm sure y'all have heard all the nonsense that Kendrick Perkins has been saying, and I'm sure y'all have seen all the idiots on NBA Twitter just say the most outlandish things, influenced by the media, y'all. That's why I hate today's media so much, because the media is supposed to influence the casual fan, and with all the casual talk, the experts in the media are out here saying the casual fans are complete idiots, and that's not even their fault, y'all. So y'all, I'm gonna do a quick review on how Giannis went from being loved by the media just 2 years ago to absolutely hated even after he just won the championship. Cause if y'all don't remember, the media ain't hate Giannis like this all the time, y'all. Just 2 years ago, after his ascension from, most improved player to second team All-NBA to MVP, y'all, the media was not hating on Giannis. They loved him. The media narrative was strong from the start of the season, and then obviously he ended up winning 2019 MVP. Then they went out sad against the Raptors, lost 4 straight games. That wasn't a good look. But then the next year, y'all, Giannis comes out strong again. The Bucks are on pace for 70 wins at one point. They play great, y'all. Giannis is playing great, having another MVP caliber season. But then, do y'all remember, y'all, after 1 week, shortly before the shutdown, y'all, after 1 week, it went from Giannis is the clear MVP, almost unanimous, all of a sudden to LeBron is the MVP. After 1 week, like, the Lakers beat the Bucks, the Clippers, and then somebody else, and after 1 week that switched up the whole season. All of a sudden LeBron was MVP, and the media was pulling everything out their behinds to justify LeBron being MVP. They're like, oh, he's year 17, 36 years of age, that's unbelievable, he has to be MVP. Some people were even using Kobe's unfortunate passing to go say, well, LeBron's the leader of the Lakers now, and he's carrying the biggest burden out of all the NBA players from this, and so he deserves MVP. They were pulling things out their behinds to try and justify LeBron being MVP after Giannis was the clear favorite for 100% of the time before that. Thankfully, not everyone fell for that though. Giannis still won the MVP, but then obviously the playoffs didn't help his case as the Bucks went out sorry again against Miami, and then LeBron won the championship. But y'all, that's where the Giannis hate train started, and it's continued throughout this past regular season and this past playoffs, and even after he's just won a championship of his own. Because y'all, Giannis had another MVP caliber regular season this year, averaged 28, 11, and 6 on 56% from the field. He was balling again. He had the numbers, he had the games, the Bucks had the record, but he was not an MVP finalist. And y'all, obviously before the year, nobody had the Bucks winning the championship, even making the finals. They're just like, well, Giannis can't do it in the playoffs. You know, he's went out sorry the past 2 years. He's not going to do it. And, you know, sure, that's valid. I wouldn't blame people for having that stance before this season, during the regular season. That's fine. But then, after he got into the playoffs and he started balling all the way to 50, 14, and 5 in the closing game 6 to win the championship, y'all, throughout this whole playoffs, he still ain't gotten no respect. And once again, even after that incredible performance, he still is not getting no respect. Y'all, in the first round against Miami, who absolutely sunned them the year before, and Giannis got a lot of criticism for that, y'all. In the first round this year against Miami, Bucks swept them, y'all. Last year, he sent them home sorry in 5. This year, the Bucks sweep them out the playoffs, y'all. And Giannis averages 23, 15, and 7 in doing so, y'all. And he guarded Jimmy Butler, y'all, because he got a lot of criticism for not guarding Jimmy Butler the year before. He guards Jimmy Butler, y'all, and limits him to 14 points on 29% from the field. Side note, y'all, if that's any other star, they're getting slandered to hell and back. Could you imagine if that was Paul George? But I did not see any Jimmy Butler slander for shooting 29% from the field. But that's a side note. Giannis didn't guard him last year. Media criticized him for that. Went out sorry last year. They slandered him for that. This year, y'all, sweeps the Heat, has great numbers, holds Jimmy Butler to 29%, guarding him for the majority of the time. And y'all, did we hear a thing from the media? No, we did not. Then, y'all, in the second round, against many people's favorites, the Nets, y'all, and they were the favorites for the series too, y'all, Giannis averages 31, 12, and 3 on 57% from the field, including a 40, 13, and 5 game 7 on 62% from the field, y'all. Giannis drops 40 and 13 in that game 7. But y'all, I swear I heard more talk about LeBron James in comparison to KD than I did of Giannis' game 7 performance, y'all. The media was out here talking about, oh, KD played great, which he did, but he also lost. They were out here starting to ask, so does this prove LeBron is still better than KD? All of that nonsense. Even people were talking about Chris Middleton more. And now, yeah, Chris Middleton came in real clutch, y'all, but he also shot 34% and only had 23 points. Middleton and Holiday did not show up until the fourth quarter in overtime. And yes, that's a prime time to show up. Giannis was keeping him in the game, dueling with KD the whole time, and he finished with 40, 13, and 5, y'all. And you did not hear a thing about it still. And don't give me no crap about asterisks, y'all, and the injuries. I'm not the type that does asterisks, y'all. Yeah, the Nets got injured. That's tough for them, but the Bucks still got the job done. The Bucks win. No, none of that asterisk nonsense. Next round, y'all, Eastern Conference Final against the Hawks. Game 1, Trae Young drops 48. He was absolutely phenomenal. So what's the media talking about? Trae Young, obviously, and rightfully so. Then Game 2, Bucks go beat the Hawks. Okay, Game 3 now, y'all. Chris Middleton drops 38 and 11. He had a tremendous game. Giannis also has 33 and 11 though. But what does the media start saying, y'all? Kendrick Perkins comes out here with his nonsense.
What I've been preaching time and time again, that he's the Batman of this team and Giannis is the Robin.
And then Game 4, y'all, against the Hawks in Atlanta. Giannis starts the game with 14 points on 70% shooting, but then unfortunately he goes down. Middleton finishes shooting 35%, but you obviously didn't hear a peep about that. But the Hawks beat the Bucks, but you know, the bigger issue was that Giannis went down to injury. There was some speculation to whether he would even come back, y'all. But the Bucks were able to pull out the series. Middleton and Holiday played great for the rest of the series, and the Bucks went to the final. And so, thank goodness, Giannis is back. Game 1 of the finals, they get absolutely smoked. The Suns absolutely smoked the Bucks. Giannis had like 20 and 17. Clearly wasn't very aggressive though, coming off the injury. And the Bucks get smoked in Game 1. Game 2 though, y'all, Giannis had 42 and 12 with 3 blocks on 68% shooting, and unfortunately Batman only helped him out with 11 on 31% shooting. The Bucks lost Game 2 as well. And y'all, take a listen to how Kendrick Perkins tries to brush 42 points to the side.
Third quarter, But let me tell you something about his dominance in the third quarter. His dominance in the third quarter took away from others, and it fell right into the scheme of things for the Phoenix Suns, because the Phoenix Suns said, okay, Giannis, we see you in attack mode, so what we're going to do, some of those baskets were so easy for Giannis, and the Phoenix Suns were allowing him to do it. They said, you know what? We're going to let you do you, and we're going to take away the others. And for the whole entire third quarter, we watched Jrue Holiday and we watched Chris Middleton stand around and watch Giannis go to work. We watched Giannis go to the free throw line, whether he was making 1 out of 2 free throws. So when I say that Batman phrase...
So then, y'all, Giannis just drops 40 yet again, this time with 13 rebounds and 6 assists as well. Batman gives him just 7 more points. Holiday played a lot better too, and wouldn't you know, the Bucks win the game. Game 4, y'all, it's Middleton's turn to drop 40, and wouldn't you know, Kendrick Perkins is loving this. Giannis dropped an efficient 26, 14, and 8, but we only care about Middleton's 40-point games around here. And so, series is tied now, going to Game 5. Game 5, y'all, the Suns were up by as many as 16 points, and Kendrick Perkins made sure you know who was on the floor during that time, but they ended up coming back, they ended up clutching it up, and they ended up winning Game 5 in Phoenix. Giannis, Middleton, and Holiday all played great, and so now the Bucks have a chance to head home and close out, win the championship. But y'all, 5 games in, I thought it was obvious who the best player on the floor was, y'all. But you got NBA players out here trying to make a case for a Chris Middleton Finals MVP. And y'all, that Spencer Dinwiddie tweet was one of the wildest things I've ever seen. But y'all, Game 6 rolls around and Giannis leaves absolutely no doubt onto who the Finals MVP is, going out there and dropping 50 points, 14 rebounds, and 5 blocks on 64% from the field to clutch it up and win the championship. As Finals MVP, he averaged 35, 13, and 5, 1.2 steals, 1.8 blocks on 61% from the field. Absolutely zero debate. But even after Giannis wins MVP and Finals MVP, y'all, he still does not get his respect. When Jalen Rose presses Kendrick Perkins on his Giannis is Robin nonsense, y'all, Kendrick Perkins gets all in his feelings and act like he's not saying outlandish stuff this whole time. When the media does their best player thing, face of the league thing right after the finals every year, and they ask, well, can Giannis be the face of the league? Y'all, this is their reasoning on why he can't.
Yeah, it's not possible, Selin. Why is it not possible? You can't be the face of the NBA if they can't pronounce your last name. Ooh. There's so many hoops and obstacles that we have to jump through in order to make Giannis the face. Okay. And I just think, if we're being honest, we're too lazy to jump through him. Let's just call him the Greek freak. We don't want to learn how to pronounce Antetokounmpo. We definitely don't want to learn how to pronounce Antetokounmpo. We don't want to do all that. Let's just call him the Greek freak. So, because I think that we are intrinsically lazy and we don't want to try to have to work extra hard to learn about Giannis and all these other things. Unlike LeBron, we know the kid from Akron, relatable, right? Grew up single parent household, hooped through college. We followed him through college. Jordan, like I talked about, we know the story. But Giannis, can't relate to Giannis.
No, he can't be the face of the NBA. If I look at this right now, there's a list in terms of followers on Instagram. You know who's number 1? LeBron. Who's 2? Steph. 3, Westbrook. Okay. 4, Kyrie. It's kind of standard issue so far. KD, 5. James Harden, 6. Chris Paul? Respect to the OG, who's not LeBron, who's up that high. Number 7. This is where we got problems. Number 8 is not Giannis. It's Lonzo Ball, bruh. Lonzo Ball not even the most famous dude on his team if you really want to get into the Q ratings, which I have here.
Slight props to Acho for basically just admitting that it would go against the agenda. Because that's what it is. They were trying to push him before. They were on the Giannis, train before. They were trying it before. But then all of a sudden last year, they just hopped off. And even after he's Finals MVP and champion, they can't hop back on. They cannot hop back on. They full send in the hate train no matter how stupid it looks. So y'all, I don't know what to say. This reminds me of how the American media treated the Raptors after they won the championship, but they treated them that way because they're Canadian. That's why, and Americans were okay with it. But they're treating Giannis like this when just 2 years ago they were full sending the Giannis hype train. And so I really don't get it, y'all. But yeah, post in the comments what y'all think. Maybe y'all have some ideas, I don't know. But anyway, hope y'all enjoyed this video. Big props to Giannis and the Bucks. We'll see if they run it back. But that was a great playoff run by Giannis. Great finals by Giannis. Great job by the Bucks. Middleton came in clutch time after time. Holiday played phenomenal defense. They deserve the championship, most definitely, y'all. And props to them. And Giannis deserves his respect for going out there and averaging what he did in the playoffs and in the finals, because it was phenomenal. But yeah, anyway, y'all, hope y'all enjoyed the video, and I'll see y'all later.